Welcome back, episode 7, Unfiltered Fitness with us. I am Phoebe.
I'm Charlotte.
And what's today's episode on?
The 75 hard challenge.
Oh yeah. So I have literally not planned any of this episode. I've left it all down to Charlotte. I've been editing though.
Yeah, she has been doing something.
And the gym. And Charlotte's been planning this episode, so...
Yeah, 75 hard challenge. So we're literally just going to look into what it is, first of all.
Yeah.
Why people do it, and kind of just our opinions on whether it's effective, helpful, positive, all that kind of
That is my
crap.
emotion to it.
Yeah. I'm just going to go in quickly. I see the benefits of it, but at the same time I don't.
Yeah. Anyway, describe what 75 hard is.
So I'm going to check who made it. I can't remember. It says Andy
See, that's the
Frisella.
thing. We all say, let's do 75 hard. No
Who's-
one actually knows who made it. I've done it before, and I didn't know who made it.
Yeah, when I was actually planning this episode, I didn't know who made it. I've never done it before, but I didn't even know who made it. I thought it was a Gymshark thing, but it's not. I don't know why I thought that. Anyway, it's by this person called Andy Frisella. I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
I don't even know who that is.
That's what Google told me, that he created it. But you basically, it's the same for everyone, isn't it? Like, you've got these rules. It's 2 45-minute workouts a day. One has to be inside, one has to be outside. You can't do both inside, both outside. You've got to follow some sort of diet. You get to pick that, don't you?
You get to pick what your diet is.
Yeah. You've got to drink 2 litres of water a day.
See, when I did it, we did 4 litres.
Oh, shit.
Or we tried to do 4, but I think that was down to Rudy.
Okay, that says 1 gallon a day.
I think that works out.
Yeah.
To be roughly.
I don't know what
So between 3 and 4 litres
that
a day.
is. Yeah. No alcohol, no cheat meals. So obviously that comes within your diet.
Reading a book.
Yeah, and non-fiction, 10 pages of a non-fiction book.
Yeah.
And if this is the thing that I don't like, if you failed, then you missed a day, then you had to restart the whole thing.
And taking progress photos
That was
every
it.
day.
Yeah, see, again, that's just like
I didn't agree with that.
crazy.
And for me personally,
Every day.
Yeah, 1, I know I'd forget to do the photos, so I kind of just took that out.
yeah.
But 2, I don't want to be doing a
No.
photo like that every single day. I know my personality. I know my headspace. I would become too zoned into that and body image. So I chose to do it once a week.
Yeah, I don't really understand the benefit in taking them every day anyway, because you ain't going to see a change in between Tuesday and Wednesday.
So I scrapped the photo part out of it.
Fair enough. So yeah, those are basically the rules. Obviously, you can adapt it slightly if you want.
For 75 days
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. That works out. I didn't realise how long that actually is. It's
That's
well over a few months.
Right, you're like, 75 days. I can do that.
Yeah.
Back in.
That's like 2 and a bit months.
And when we did it, we started it just as summer was starting.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not a big drinker anyway. Well, I used to be, but I'm not anymore.
That's even harder to kind of do it then.
Yeah. Didn't actually realise how, winter I'll be okay, but summer, you go out and see your mates, have a social drink at the pub, or just one glass of wine. All of a sudden I was like,
I can't do that.
I can't do that. And I was like, oof. But I don't drink. I couldn't tell the last time I had alcohol. But then as soon as I couldn't have it, I was like, oh, what do I do?
Yeah. A lot of people start it normally in January, don't they?
Yeah. I can't think what month we actually started it, but
you did it with a load of other people, didn't you?
yeah, I think Rudy first decided
Yeah, I remember.
to do it. And then the typical person that I am, when I got FOMO, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll
do it.
Why not? Yeah, I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah, I've never actually done it, but I don't think I probably would do it.
I didn't complete it either. And do you know what? One of the things for me is I'm a very product of my environment. So most people were sticking to it.
Yeah.
But then when there was some people, which is fair enough because we're all on our own journey, but when there were some people blurring the lines, but then still saying they were doing it, my bad trait, I was like, well, why am I grafting and suffering?
If you're not.
If you're saying you're doing it and you're not doing it properly, so I was like, well, I use that a little bit as a get out of jail free card when I was struggling.
Yeah, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I won't lie. But when I did do it, I did last I think a month and a half.
That's good. So it's like halfway, kind of.
I saw a massive massive change in my body.
Yeah, this is what I was going to go on to next, like the hype of it, like really like credit to people that do it, because the physical changes that you get are ridiculous. Like that is such a not a restricted way of living, but it's so disciplined way. You are going to see physical changes whether you like it or not, like you are. So I do like agree with it. Like it's a good challenge for that. Like if you've got a goal where you want to lose weight, you are going to lose a lot of weight quite quickly.
Yeah.
But it's whether it's sustainable. And it's not sustainable, you can't keep up with that. So then you might put some of that weight back on. So then you go back onto the 75 hard challenge. Then you just end up going around in that same cycle.
Yeah.
And that's when it pushes towards the more negative side of it. I could carry on into that. But I do think it is good to begin with, to like ignite like a bit of motivation and for other people to learn certain disciplines.
Yeah.
But
I think
it gets to a point and it's like, stop there. Otherwise, it's way too restrictive.
I realised that when, again, it says you've got to do 2 45-minute workouts, one outdoors, one indoors. I get why they say one has to be outdoors. Obviously, it's trying to get you outdoors, in the environment, health, all of that. But when I was doing, at that point, training all my running, so I was sometimes doing a 3 hour run on a Sunday outdoors.
Yeah.
And then I was being told I've got to go into the gym and do a 45-minute workout in the gym.
Yeah,
I did it for a certain period of time, and it had to be like stretching or core or just upper body, because obviously I've just done a lot of running. I can't go in and do much more. And then I was like, why am I training like that long? I've done 3 hours of exercise today. I then don't need to do another 45 minutes indoors for the sake of a challenge.
Even like elite athletes, like that would do their long run on a Sunday, for example, that's like 2, 3, 4 hours, whatever.
That's your exercise done. You don't need to do any more.
No.
And I know there can be some people going, oh, but you could use that time to stretch and to do some yoga, or it can just be a walk on the treadmill. But yeah, it was good. It was forcing me to stretch for 45 minutes. But again, I didn't need to stretch for 45 minutes. And
10 minutes max.
Yeah, my life, I was like, oh, I can't see I'm doing this all day Sunday morning. I then got fit in a 45-minute workout, which was almost, for me, I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't need to do it. It's not helping me, but then I'll fail my challenge if I don't do it. That's the part that started to piss me off.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
I did 2 45-minute workouts outdoors.
Every single day. That is not healthy. That pushes towards, like, that risks of injury from that is crazy. Like, I know it was like stretching, whatever, but let's say you did a 45-minute run outside and then you did a 45-minute leg session in one day, and then you did that again, like 3 more times that week. You are risking so much injury through overtraining.
But then people could say it's just poor planning, because I know Saskia's recently completed 75 hard, and looking at what she's done, she did it a lot better. She did like a leg session and then a walk on the evening.
Yeah.
So she really did, like, active recovery counts.
Yeah.
That being said, though, she had a knee injury for the whole of 75 hard. Was it because of that? I actually don't know.
I loved seeing her stories when she'd do like...
Every time
Not
I
again.
dribble.
When she did like the stories at the end of each day and she put all the photos on. I quite like those stories.
Yeah, so for some people, it works. And
Yeah, it does work for some people.
I find it quite interesting watching hers. But for me, it was the diet side that really got me.
Yeah.
Good, though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Interesting. I thought you were going to say bad. Like,
Because I already eat quite clean, the diet that I set myself was just cut out unwarranted chocolate and sweet stuff. So I didn't want to restrict myself on, meat or anything like that. I was very happy with what I was eating.
Yeah.
I don't really eat that much junk, but what I do overeat on is chocolates. I can eat clean breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then binge on chocolates.
Yeah.
That was all my challenge was in the diet. Cut out sweet stuff that I don't need. If it was like protein chocolate, different story, I can have that. Yeah. So I had to be smart on it. But any chocolate
flavoured protein powder.
Yeah. For example, during it was my dad's birthday and everyone was ordering in milkshakes. And I was like,
I don't really want one.
Yep, so I switched it for a protein milkshake, which made it work. And cutting out chocolate and unwarranted sugars, I noticed the massive difference. I have never had my abs so shredded in all my life because I cut out sugar.
Yeah.
I didn't cut out like going to Nando's and having takeaway so long if I kept it clean. But that was hard.
See, whereas that's good, like, obviously it's turned out good for you food-wise, diet-wise, but that's because you've got a fitness head on you. For example, like, you know a lot about fitness, a lot about diet, and a lot about your your body. Whereas someone that's a beginner that sees the promotion of a 75 hard challenge, like, oh, it gives you structure to your day, it gives you the discipline, blah, 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 mental benefits, physical benefits. They're going to see all of that and think, oh, like, they're selling me a dream. Start it with none of that knowledge that you already have.
Yeah.
And then that's where it comes with diet's the biggest thing. Like, you end up all or nothing. You end up with
all or
restricted
nothing.
food. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you know, when you miss a day, so you have to start again. It just promotes the all or nothing, like,
and in my
mindset.
head, at least, like you've said, I was knowledgeable enough to, like, when you needed that, almost like the 80-20 rule, when you need that slight cheat on a food, I could work it around so that I wasn't cheating on the plan, but I was having a bit more, I don't know what the word is, like a nicer, more...
I know what you mean.
Like, I'd make fake takeaways.
A substitute
kind of thing. Yeah. Where someone who isn't into fitness at all, or doesn't know the knowledge yet of food, and they're thinking, oh, let's do 75 hard, anyone will tell you nowadays, you can't just go into a diet and just live off it for 75 days. You do need to have... It's the 80-20 rule. You do need to have that chocolate bar. You do need to have that little blowout. Yeah,
otherwise you'll either burn out or you'll just completely blow out the whole thing. And again, all or nothing.
Yeah. But I do still try and relate back to 75 hard. Like, now I'm trying to do a little bit of a cook currently. Yeah. And I'm struggling on, shock, not eating all the chocolate. I do keep going back to, like, telling myself, wait, shut up, Phoebe. You did it last year. You didn't have chocolate for all that time. Like, stop being so weak. I do keep going back to that. It hasn't helped yet. But I do keep telling myself.
It's a good reminder to have, though.
Yeah.
But another thing about the challenge is, it's because it's just so, the rules are so, like, basic and just original. It comes across like that is going to work for everyone. And, like, what we've spoken about before, like, when we did Instagram versus reality. Whereas, like, everyone's bodies are different. Like, if you train like someone, you're not going to look like them. It's the same for this. If you do this challenge, you're not going to get the same results as your neighbour next door. Like, you're
Doreen.
not. Yeah, you're not going to get the same results as them.
True.
So then it's just promotes, like, another, like, one size kind of fits all for everyone. And it's just, again, it's just not something that you can sustain for the rest of your life. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll be, like, I know some people that have done it and, like you've done it and it's done good things, especially for their mental health and, like, mindset on fitness, and then they've carried it outside of fitness as well. But at the same time, some people, it just sends them into this constant spiral.
I think I know more people who have failed it and won't do it again than people that have done it and carried on, or said they'll do it again, or even people that failed it and said, they'll do it again.
Or people that have done it and said they'd do it again, like, okay, I've done it now. It's like, it's an achievement, and it's like, it does teach you really good discipline and, like, mental toughness and strength. But some people come out of the back of it and they were like, like, I've done it, but I was quite miserable. Like, during it. Like, it's
I almost changed my whole holiday for it, actually.
Well, there you go then.
Remember, I told my friends, I said, let's do a girls' holiday. I don't care where you book. Here's the price range. Just book it.
Yeah.
Again, I think I was just busy. I was like,
You do it. That's what I do.
Yeah. And they came back with Ibiza. And I've never really been, like, I've never done a girls' holiday like that. Never done a party kind of holiday. Never really been interested in it. And I was like, oh.
Neither.
Great, okay then. And then they were looking at doing all-inclusive. And I was going, well, I'm on 75 hard. So I don't want to do all-inclusive because I can't drink. So it's going to be a waste of my money. So anyway, long story short, we found a different hotel which had a gym in. And was like half board, I think. So we still got alcohol. Included it, or like the shit alcohol. And I was deadly serious. Like, for the I don't even know how long it was. I can say 2 months, but that's a lie. however long it was leading up to it,
Yeah.
I was dead serious. I was like, no, I won't be drinking Ibiza. 75 hard in. I'll do a walk in the morning, I'll go to the gym in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah. That went out the
Yeah.
door. I think Rudy had like a barbecue. It's before you were with us, really. Had a barbecue at his where majority of the team were doing 75 hard. All went to the barbecue, and obviously there was cakes and stuff there. And I remember like I'd already decided. I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna have a drink.
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy like these memories. I'm not enjoying stuff like this, which should be a memory.
Exactly.
So I decided, I'm stopping. And I've actually got the video of Rudy, and he steps out and the doors, it looks over the garden, and he literally looks at his cupcake with so much love. He was like, peels it and just stuffs his face with it. And was like,
yeah,
get me another one. Yeah. And he just kept eating these cupcakes. He was like, I'm done. Yeah. I'm done with it. And that's when I was like, I think I texted the girls that evening. I was like,
let's go.
Phoebe is back, baby.
But that's it. Like, how are you gonna, like, I'm not taking a piss out of you, but how are you gonna look at a cupcake and like it's the love of your life?
Yeah.
Like, you just have it.
No, seriously.
Like, it's just crazy.
I think he then that weekend binged that hard.
Well, there you go.
Sorry, I'm airing it all out now, Rudy. I think he had ordered a takeaway in out in the evening after having a big fat ass barbecue, drinking, ordered a Chinese takeaway in, and then I think he sent me a photo of like 12 Krispy Kremes that he went to pick up the next day, and it was just like, just overindulged, binge it all back, which I think I did as well.
But I do to a certain extent think it's a good thing, but not for beginners. Or if you are a beginner, then have someone with you, like a coach or even just a friend that like has some sort of knowledge about fitness, just to help you, just in case.
I personally would never recommend it.
No, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't, as a coach, say to like someone that come in like, you need to do this challenge. No, but if you want to do it, I just feel like you need to have some sort of fitness head on you, like some sort of knowledge, and not get fed into like things that are pushed through social media.
That is it. It was the social media pressure of doing it. That's why I think so many people.
You also generally, if you were doing it, you generally posted about it every single day.
And do you know what?
That's another commitment.
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Absolutely exhausting. Like, I go through these times where sometimes my friends will be like, oh, you haven't texted me back, but you just posted. I've literally scheduled it or just gone, upload,
gone,
put my phone away. Because actually uploading is so exhausting. Like putting together I've done this today on 75 hours. Oh.
Yeah. Long.
Does my head in.
Yeah. Yeah, so wouldn't recommend it to a beginner, for example, but you could always, if someone wanted some sort of a challenge to see like if they can push themselves, then you could flip it to like what's come about is like 75 soft, 75 medium. Like you kind of make your own rules. Like I think 75 soft's like you do 1 45-minute workout a day. You still read.
I think that works. If you set it for your own rules at work and it's still a challenge.
Yeah.
That.
You're still pushing yourself and like showing yourself the mental resilience and whatever to stick to something. Fine. But just it doesn't need to be too restrictive to where you end up like basically punishing yourself.
Yeah, that I will 100% get behind. If you want to do a challenge for 75 days, 45 days, and the challenge is sensible, then But it's like mine with the non-negotiables I'm trying to do every day at the moment. Non-negotiables every single day, no matter what. 100 crunches, sit-ups, some kind of variation of abs, and then 25 burpees. That
you can do.
Yeah, I could do.
Yeah.
Don't know yet how many days I'm going to do it for.
Yeah.
I think I'm on day 10.
Only day 10? Feels like you've been doing them forever.
Maybe day 11. I have to check whatever I post on Charl the day before.
But like, it's not really, really difficult. No, it's not easy for you.
Yeah.
But it's not too difficult so that you'll end up quitting with it.
It's the non-negotiable part. Like, I think it was last Sunday, it was me, Sean, and Sai, because all three of us doing it, and they went, "Oh, are we doing it now after LT, or should we just add it on to tomorrow's?" And Marcus literally went.
In the moment, it's so good to add it on tomorrow. Then you get to tomorrow and you've got to do double.
And Marcus straight away was like,
"No."
that means it's negotiable. It's not negotiable.
That
Get
is
down
a
and
very
do it.
good
And we were
point.
like,
Well done, Mr. B.
okay, right, let's go. I have missed it a few days when I've either forgot, or there was one day where I literally worked like 14 hours. By the time I got into bed, I remembered and I was like, it's 11 o'clock. I just physically can't. And that's okay.
Yeah.
I just did double the next day.
Yeah. And then another one as well, habit stacking. Have you heard about the book Atomic Habits?
Do you know what? Everyone...
I know you don't like reading, really.
Yeah, everyone's been telling me to read it. I think
it's a really good book.
Started to read it. I like lovey-dovey reads.
See, I don't like fiction books. I like non-fiction and stuff like that. I still haven't finished it because every time I open a book, I just fall asleep. Like, it makes me so tired.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to read more. But it's a really good book, and like, it gets properly into habit stacking and kind of little things that you do together over time. You just end up doing it again, adding more things on. So let's say, I'm trying to think of an example that was like in the book. It was like, I can't remember. Anyway, you start off with something really simple, good for beginners. Then you add something else onto it. And then after you do it so many times, it just becomes a habit. And you just naturally go and do things. So it'd be like, you naturally wake up and drink water before you do anything else, that kind of thing. You constantly repeat it. It's not unachievable. It's not drastic. And it just builds up over time. Yes, it takes a little bit longer, but it's another way.
I've got this face on me because I've tried it multiple times and I just always quit.
Well, maybe you should read the book.
I need the accountability. I need the non-negotiable part of it.
I think you need like a little bit of like, when we was doing the ultra and you asked someone to be horrible to you or something about eating carbs, I think you need a bit of that tough love. That doesn't really work for you.
I do need tough love. And that was Hayden, didn't it? I was like, you just tell me how much I need it, so I just be a bit horrible to me and I'll understand.
Yeah.
Right, so today's Unfiltered with Us question was, it was
a poll and a question.
Yeah. Have you completed 75 hard? And if so, what was your reasons and why?
Or if you haven't done it, why have you not done it? Like, if people are quite against it, what's your reasons? That was the vibe I was going for. I hope you kind of got that vibe.
Anyway, one response is, I would change some things, but it will help with discipline and structure. I can't say that word.
Structure. You said it right the first time?
Oh, there we go. Which some people lack. Yeah, I agree, but I think you're sitting on the wall with that response.
Yeah, it does, like we said before, it does create structure and stuff like that. And if you need that, then fine. But
that response is literally sitting on the wall, though. It's exactly what I have said the whole podcast. It's like, yeah, it can create structure, but I'd change some things.
Yeah.
Which I think most people have that opinion on 75 hard. It's like, yes.
I do think it's a bit extreme. No.
Yeah. Another response we've had. Oh, I've just lost it. More negative than positives from this. Eating disorders. What happens when you go back to normal?
Yeah, I've thought about this as well. I think from a coach perspective, obviously when you finish it, great, you've done it. Mm-hmm. Go back to your normal day-to-day life. Go on the holidays. Enjoy your life again. Watch how quickly it changes back to what you was at before. Then you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to do that again to get back to where I was. No, you don't.
Yeah, because you haven't changed your habits necessarily on your eating. Well,
no,
it depends. No, even I didn't.
No, you haven't.
I really did try to keep it what I did.
Years to change sustainably and make a long time. It takes years, not 75 days.
All I did was cut out chocolate, and then as soon as I could have it, I had it again, and I probably overindulged in it.
Exactly. Like, it takes ages. So I do agree with that. Like, and it does promote eating disorders as well, in my opinion. Because you feel like everything is then restricted when it's not. Like, if you say no, it's like you're punishing yourself when you're not. Like,
yeah,
it's not a punishment.
So this is another one from someone. I only did it because everyone around me did it and I got FOMO and then I felt like I couldn't quit.
Did you answer our own question? That's literally what you said earlier.
That wasn't me actually, but I do agree and I think those words have come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I wanted to quit.
I think if I was as close to all of yous then, I might have thought, oh, maybe I'll have a go. But at the same time, I'd just be like, we've discovered this in other episodes. I'm just like, you carry on. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I don't think I would. No, I wouldn't do it again. But I'd never really done a challenge before.
Yeah.
When I did it, but no, absolutely not. Would not do it again.
I was gonna say maybe it's a tiny bit easier when you're doing it with other people because obviously you've got the accountability, but it's not an easy challenge. So never mind.
Yeah. Another person has just put, absolutely not, don't agree with it, you can't pay me to do it.
Fair. Fair enough. I don't think
I think it's just so 50-50,
yeah,
isn't it?
No one could probably really pay me to do it, to be honest. I mean, it depends how much I'm joking.
I mean, you could probably pay me to do it. I won't lie, you could pay me to do it.
Yeah.
100%. What I do wish I took from it more is the drinking of the water.
Yeah.
Anyone that knows me knows I do not drink.
Yeah.
This literally podcast, you'll probably see every episode.
This is the most you drink.
Yeah, we are necking out. I was necking alcohol.
Oh. Someone's got something else on her mind.
Yeah. It's because this is actually my garden bar, so behind us is loads of alcohol.
There's everything.
That we don't even drink. But anyway, this is my time to like get in a litre or whatever this is.
Yeah. I'm
when
quite good with drinking water. My mum always says to me, she's like, I don't know how you drink so much water. I do go to the toilet every like 20 minutes.
So do I, but I don't even drink.
Okay. I don't know then.
I'm just screwed. So yeah, I do wish I took that from it a bit more because I literally didn't leave the house when I was doing it without a big bottle like this.
Yeah.
And it did help massively. But
again, that just proves, like, you done that for 75 days, great, and you don't do it now.
Ooh.
What has that challenge done for you then? Like,
yeah, you got me there. Yeah, you're right. I like now I'm gonna drink.
Yeah, I saw this thing on Instagram and it was just a quote. And like, obviously it's called a challenge, right? And it said something like, there's a difference between challenging yourself and punishing yourself. And I feel like with that challenge, it is more towards not punishing yourself, but I just don't think it's a very extreme challenge.
Do you know what? I agree. 'Cause I think when I was going back to the Sunday runs, when I was doing a long run on Sunday and then forcing myself to go to the gym for the challenge, that was pretty much like, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
exactly. That was the punishment of the challenge.
Yeah.
But I don't know. A challenge could be extreme. I don't know. It's interpreted different ways.
Yeah, it is,
isn't
to be fair.
I can't really agree and disagree on that one. I'm just, I'm on the wall. And then the final one is someone said, towards the end of the challenge, it started to feel more like a burden than a challenge and was giving me more stress than I thought it was worth.
Fair.
I would say I felt the same, but I got so happy when I ate a cupcake again. I was like, woo, we're over.
Well, you probably did feel the stress, just like
I just didn't know I was
subconsciously.
stressed.
Yeah. But again, like, it's like causing yourself that much unnecessary stress and a burden from a challenge.
Yeah, no.
It's not worth
quick
it.
fire. Would you do it?
No.
Would you recommend it?
No.
Oh.
There's more cons that outweigh the pros.
Yeah.
So no, I wouldn't recommend it.
I agree. I don't. I'd recommend 75 soft if you want.
Yeah,
to do
if you want a challenge, make it a bit more specific to you.
Yeah.
And what you know you're capable of.
And also, everyone's challenge. This is going off a tangent because we're meant to end the episode there, but everyone is challenged in a different way. So what challenges you might not challenge me, and what challenges me might not challenge you. So the fact that 75 hard rules are set for everyone.
That's what I meant earlier. Like, one size fits all doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So when you say you can do 75 soft, it's not any weaker and it's not any like half-hearted attempt. It's your 75 hard.
Yeah.
Just so long as you don't choose like stupid stuff like, oh, I've got to walk 1,000 steps a day. Yeah. Unless like
you're just cheating
you are
yourself then.
bedbound and that's an achievement. That's different.
It's like one of my friends, she like loves to read. She reads all the time. So to do 10 pages a day, that is piss easy for her.
Yeah.
But for her to do 2 45-minute workouts a day, no. Whereas me, of way around, I could easily do that.
You can get your steps in easy.
But read 10 pages, I can't be bothered. But she would read a whole book in a day. Like, she loves reading, but yeah. Anyway, just it's different.
Yeah. So that is our 75 hard.
I actually really liked that episode. I like that topic.
I like the debate.
Yeah.
Right, see ya!
Bye!